On this week's episode, best recipe for a rotting day on your period, first kiss story and advice, please. Have you had any past toxic relationships that you're happy you got out of? There's no question about it. There's literally no if, ands, or buts. Friendship breakups can be just as bad, if not worse, pushing them further and further from your reality, if that makes sense. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I really wanted to do a little drive with me video today, and conveniently I have no idea where my car keys are, so I'm in my mom's car right now. So I really wanted to film it in the car, and it kind of threw me off a little bit because this car is just like not really great for filming. The camera setup is just like not ideal, but we're just gonna work with it and hopefully it looks okay. I'm like so scared to move my camera right now because it took me forever to even get it to stay upright. So we're just gonna hang out in the car and I'm gonna answer some little girl talk questions that you guys asked me over on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, definitely go and follow me because you guys can participate in videos like this, and I'm always asking you guys questions over on there and interacting with you guys, so definitely go follow me if you'd like. I'm just gonna go through all the questions. I'm gonna leave them anonymous because honestly a lot of them said please leave me anonymous, so I'm just gonna not put anyone's name just in case you don't want to be named, and I'm just gonna answer them. I'm gonna go down the line and answer them all. I really wanted to like drive while I answer these questions, but I promise you guys my camera will not sit still if I drive and move the vehicle. So we're just gonna relax and hang out, kind of like when you and your best friend just drive around and park somewhere and just like talk for hours. That's kind of like the vibe I get from these videos, and I love them. They're like my form of therapy. So let's just get into it. The first question is, how did you and your boyfriend meet? I feel like I really haven't told this story in so long, and I know I have so many new followers. So me and my boyfriend have been together for 7 years. We met in high school. We met kind of like halfway through freshman year, and we were kind of friends on and off, but we didn't really become close until the summer going into sophomore year. I always knew who he was just because like everyone knows everyone, but I was never really close with him until we kind of hung out one weekend randomly, and ever since then we were literally just attached at the hip, like best friends. He liked me the entire time, but I was kind of like didn't really want a boyfriend, just saw him as a friend, until obviously I ended up admitting to myself that I did in fact like him, and we started dating. We've been dating since 2016 and now we are in 2024, so we're on our 8th year of being together, and that's really crazy. But yeah, we met in high school. We were high school sweethearts and super cute. Someone said first kiss story and advice, please. Okay, if there is anyone out there that had a good first kiss that's not awkward and just like completely cringy when you think about it, I applaud you, because I just feel like that does not exist. Like everyone's first kiss is gonna be awkward or just not picture perfect like you see in the movies. So that's like my best advice. Like don't put any high expectations on your very first kiss, because 9 times out of 10 everyone's first kiss is just gonna be like a little awkward, a little like a little cringy when you think about it, but I feel like that's what makes it fun. Like it's like a sweet thing to look back on, like your very first kiss when you're just like so nervous and scared. And that's exactly how mine was. It was not the best. My story is, I don't even know how old I was. I think I was like 14. It was like freshman year of high school, like beginning of high school. And I don't even know how it was set up that me and this kid were supposed to kiss. I have no idea how it happened. I completely forgot. But we were out one Friday night in like the woods. Like I don't even know why everyone used to hang out in this like one part of the woods. It was so weird. For some reason it was set up that we were supposed to kiss this night, and he was standing there waiting for me, and I was so scared I didn't want to do it, but I also did want to do it because I wanted to just get my first kiss over with. Like I didn't really put too much pressure on it. I was like, I want to just get it over with so that way I can just move on. You know, the anticipation of having it as your first time was just too much for me. So I just went up to him. All I remember is we gave each other the smallest and quickest little peck, and then I ran away. I literally ran away. I don't even know what's wrong with me. Like, why did I run? I just quickly did it, and then I literally sprinted away, and he probably was so confused, but yeah, that was my first kiss. So just don't even put pressure on it, and if it's not perfect, don't beat yourself up over about it, because one day you're gonna look back on it and you're gonna laugh and it's gonna be fine. So don't put too much pressure on it. Ooh, this is a good one. Best recipe for a rotting day on your period. I literally just had one of these like 2 nights ago because I just recently got my period. And what did I do? I, number 1, took a hot shower. Taking a hot shower when you get your period, first thing you should do. It's so amazing. It helps with cramps, it helps you to relax. And when I'm cold, I feel like I just feel 10 times worse. So if you take a hot shower, you're nice and warm, you put on a comfortable outfit, nothing that's too tight. Order yourself whatever little treat you're in the mood for, whether it's something sweet, whether it's just like a meal that you just like really want and you don't even care how much it is, you don't care if it's good or bad for you, you just want to eat it. Order yourself that. And then you're gonna put on your favorite show. I've been really loving Love Island recently. I'm watching Love Island All Stars. I just love when there's a series that I like that has so many different episodes, so I would just literally binge watch that all day long while you're eating your sweet little treat or whatever you wanted to get that day. And just don't pressure yourself to do anything. Just relax, maybe do some skincare, some self-care, just make yourself as comfortable as possible. And that's how I like to spend the first day of my period, if I could. Whenever I can't, then I'll be upset. Someone said, have you had any past toxic relationships that you're happy you got out of? So I'm very lucky to not have experienced any type of toxic romantic relationships in my life. Like, me and Sam have always been super healthy. He is such an amazing, sweet guy. Even when we were younger, he was just always such a sweet boyfriend. So thankfully I've never had to experience any type of like real toxic, like bad relationships like that. I've experienced them through my friends and I know that they're terrible, and it really makes me so upset that so many people go through that. But I have experienced kind of like toxic friendships in a way, and I'm 100% so happy that I got out of them, because I know it's so hard to do. Like, I've seen it firsthand, my own experiences, and just through my friends. Like, it is the hardest thing to get out of when you're going through a toxic relationship of any form. And sometimes it takes a long time, but it is so important when you notice that you're in a toxic relationship to get out in any way possible that you can. You need to get out. You will be so happy that you did it, and you will be so grateful for yourself for being strong and sticking it through, because let me just tell you, life is too short to be dealing with any type of toxic relationships. There are so many people in the world, so many people that you're gonna meet that are going to love you and actually treat you right. Like, why are you wasting precious time on someone who's being toxic, making you miserable, not adding to your life in any way? You need to just get out. Like, there's no question about it. There's literally no ifs, ands, or buts. You need to get your little butt out of that situation. I'm very passionate about this because not only have I experienced it in a small way myself, and just that situation, I notice how much better and happier I am. But I've also noticed from my friends, like, they just become a completely happier and better person after leaving a toxic relationship. And I know it's hard, but just from my own friendships that I distanced myself from, I just noticed I became so much more happier and confident. And you find people who are so drastically different, you just feel so much more grateful for them, because you're like, life was so much worse when I was dealing with this type of behavior from other people. You know what I mean? So I love you, and I'm so sorry if any of you guys are going through this. Just stay strong and you will get out of it, and I know that for a fact. Someone said, do you have any advice / tips on keeping strong, healthy female friendships? This can be so tricky, because I know some girls out there can be very mean and toxic and harsh, but when you find the right girls, number one, it is so much easier to maintain that friendship. So that's really important. If you are with someone who's super toxic and just makes you feel bad when you're around them, then those are not your people. Those are not your friends. Those are not your real friends. And you need to find new ones who actually are benefiting your life and actually have the same morals and like thoughts as you, because that's the only way it's gonna work. You need to have that like solid foundation first. Then comes in the communication and the mutual respect that you guys have for each other, because number one, if the foundation isn't there, the next step isn't even gonna help anyone. So you got to make sure that you have that first foundation, and then the second layer of it is good communication. Good communication can solve anything as long as you guys both have mutual respect for each other. And when things bother you, speak up about them, say it in a nice way, have a conversation, work through it, figure out how you're gonna make it better, and then you guys move on. And that's how you maintain a relationship. And it's also good to kind of find out what your friend needs from you and to tell your friend what you need from them, so that way you're both on the same page, there's no misunderstanding, and you guys can just be really good friends and make sure that you're being the type of friend that you guys want, if that makes sense. And sometimes it's hard to realize, especially that first one. Sometimes you don't want to face reality and admit to yourself that maybe your friends aren't real friends and that they're not your people. And it's really sad. You know, sometimes friendship breakups can be just as bad, if not worse, than romantic breakups. Like, I've had friendship breakups in the past that I was so sad over. Like, I fully thought this person was going to be in my life forever, and then just one day they weren't, and now we're strangers, and it feels so weird. But then I'll sit back and I'll realize that person wasn't giving me what I need out of a friendship. And when you find it in other people and you compare like how you feel around these new people, you're like, okay, as sad as that was, I'm so much happier now, and I feel just overall better because I'm having this like reciprocated love from someone else. You know what I mean? So I know it's really hard, and I've definitely experienced it, but trust me, you gotta just stay strong and stick it through because you're doing yourself a favor in the long run. Thoughts on moving in with your boyfriend? Honestly, I think moving in with a boyfriend is very beneficial, especially if you guys have been together for a long time and you're thinking about, you know, taking that next step of maybe marriage. But I feel like if you live with your partner, you learn so much more about them, and you can kind of see if you guys work well together in that type of environment. And if not, then it kind of worked its way out, because you don't want to get married and realize once you're already married that you actually hate this person. So I feel like it honestly is a good thing. Like, I know some people don't think you should move in unless you're married, but I feel like you should, because then you'll be able to really learn everything that there is about this person that you need to. You guys will know for sure. Sun is like very strong. Ooh, should I close that? Wait, I think that's way better. How do you go about achieving the goals you set for yourself? First, start off by writing down your long-term goals and how long you think you're gonna need to achieve that, and be really honest with yourself. Like, if you're setting a big goal, you can expect to hit that goal in a month's time or a year's time even. Sometimes it takes a lot of time, and you have to like be realistic with how long you think that goal will take you. And then after you have those goals in mind and you know the time frame of it, then you're gonna set smaller, shorter term goals that will help you get to that long-term goal. And you'll also create little time frames for those as well, so that way you can keep yourself accountable in a shorter amount of time. Because for me, when I have a goal in mind and I'm like, okay, I want to hit this goal by next summer, in my mind I'm like, okay, I have a whole over a year to hit this goal, I'm gonna like put it off, and I'm gonna not take it seriously, and I'm just gonna basically forget about it and not achieve it by the time it comes around. But if I make smaller goals in a shorter amount of time, that's gonna eventually like get me closer to that bigger goal. I'll like be more persistent on like, okay, I need to get this done because it's coming up. Like, let's say I want to make a goal to read 2 books by summertime. Now I only have 4 months to read those 2 books. I'm gonna get on it. You know what I mean? If you don't give yourself too much time, I feel like you are more strict with yourself. And also, if you like write it down, keep yourself accountable, it'll help you like stay on track. Someone said how to navigate removing people from your circle. This is tough because it's very situational, like I said. But if you know that you need to remove this person, I personally would start by just kind of like distancing myself little by little, not putting in as much effort as you normally would. If this person is super close to you, I do think that they probably deserve kind of an explanation. So if there's a conversation that needs to be had with this person, definitely just do it. As scary as that could be, I definitely think being the bigger person and just explaining how you feel and why you feel like you need to remove this person to them will kind of make the process a lot easier, and they won't be confused and like asking you like, what are you doing? Like, why are you distancing yourself from me? Someone said, how tall are you? I am 5 foot, and so many people that meet me in real life say that they thought I was taller, and I don't really know why. Like, I don't know how I give tall vibes on the internet. I think it's kind of a compliment because I've always wanted to be a little bit taller, but yeah, it's just funny that everyone says that to me when they meet me, but I am actually 5 foot. Someone said, what to do if I haven't found a boyfriend yet at 21? Girl, you are so fine. 21 is so young. I know you're just comparing yourself to other people that are your age and like having boyfriends and relationships, but in the grand scheme of life, you are so young. You do not need a boyfriend anytime soon. Just enjoy your youth, enjoy being single, and find yourself. Like, that is like the biggest blessing. Being able to just find yourself in these young years that you have, it's gonna make you fully know what you want, what you don't want, and when you do meet the right person, you're gonna be just so ready, and you're gonna love yourself so much that you're gonna be just so prepared to now love someone else. And I feel like it really is just the biggest blessing. All you need to do is just switch your perspective. Instead of feeling kind of self-conscious that you've never been in a relationship, I would own it and just like really take advantage of it and just love it. You know what I mean? How to have motivation to get through your work when you have none. Girl, that has been my problem this entire past month or two. I feel like I've been really struggling with having motivation to do anything, especially because it's been cold and dark out. Like, just seasonal depression really hit me hard this year. Obviously, because I was also going through so many other things personally. I have just really tried to get a few things done in a day that like have top priority, and just at least get those done and don't stress myself out over doing like 1,000 different things like I typically do, and just have grace with yourself. It's okay to take some days off. It's okay to take some days to just do absolutely nothing. I feel like sometimes when I allow myself to have a break, that's when I feel more motivated to do something the next day. So just give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a few tasks that you know you can do, and once you do those, I feel like you start to feel better and more productive, and you just want to do more. So just take it little by little. Just do one thing at a time. You can do it, and we'll get through this little rough patch. Someone said, describe yourself in one word. That's a cute one. I guess I would describe myself as kind. I guess that's a good one. I'm very kind. I'm very accepting. Very fun. I don't know. I feel like I'm fun to be around. That was 3 words. You only asked for 1. I don't know. I don't know why I'm just going on a tangent. Someone said, just broke up with my boyfriend of almost 3 years, and he was my first everything. Tips on how to find myself again, make new friends, and move on in a healthy way. I obviously don't have personal experience of this, but if I were, my advice would be to, number 1, remove everything of this person from your life as much as you possibly could. So if you have any items, any clothing, anything that will remind you of this person or that you and this person share together, get rid of it. Get all new things. Even like your environment that you're always in, like your car or your room, try to like change it up. Maybe get some new blankets on your bed, some new furniture if you can. That's like kind of excessive, but like move around your furniture. Kind of like make your space completely different in any way that you can, and a space that this person has never been at. You know what I mean? Kind of like helping to remove their energy from your environment, number 1. So once you've done that, then I would start new hobbies and new interests, or just try things out that this person has nothing to do with. So that way you start to make more and new memories without them, pushing them further and further from your reality, if that makes sense. And also just put yourself out there to go and meet new friends. And, you know, if you want to like join some kind of like cooking class or some type of class, like that's a good way to not only try out a new hobby, but also meet new people that are also doing that new hobby. So you can make friends that way, or just push yourself to go out and do things that you typically weren't doing when you were in the relationship, and just completely work on yourself. Like, don't look at their social media. Don't do any of that. If you need to block them, block them. I promise you, what you don't know can't hurt you. That's like kind of like how I look at it. So if you don't see anything that they're posting, if you don't keep up with their life in any way, you'll just slowly start to forget about them in the most healthiest way possible. And also, if this person still is like around your friends or maybe family, make sure you tell them, like, do not tell me anything about this person anymore, because I don't want to hear it, and it's just not healthy for me to still be knowing what this person has going on in their life. Yeah, slowly but surely you will create your own new life, and you will get through this, and you will find someone else who is way better for you. I promise. That was pretty much all the questions. I had a few doubled, but I feel like those were good ones that I haven't touched upon recently in my most recent girl talk videos. I love talking with you guys. I swear, if I could have like a podcast that I didn't have to kind of do myself, like I just feel like having a podcast would just be so much extra work on top of doing Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, posting twice a week. Like, I just can't do it all on my own. But if I could have a podcast and someone can just like record it for me and post it for me, I would love it. But then again, I could just do these types of videos where it kind of feels like a podcast episode. Oh my god, I don't know why I just got so scared. Oh my god, I saw my reflection and I got so afraid. Okay. Whew. That like actually really scared me. But anyways, I feel like these are kind of like my own little mini podcast episodes and I love them. So thank you for joining me on this week's episode. I had so much fun. I want to do more types of videos like this, maybe make it a little bit more interesting next time, but let me know what you guys think if you had fun. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next upload. I'm filming a fun little weekly vlog at the moment in addition to this video, so you guys will see that on Friday. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next upload. Bye!